It's March Madness, so I thought I'd share a little bit with you about March Madness, but not really the teams and all the upsets, but it relates to basketball. I was on the Pac-12 basketball committee that was making recommendations nationally, but now this is my committee of one. If I were in charge, what I'd like to recommend. And it really involves three of the segments. It involves the players, the NBA, and the colleges. So what's best for the players? What's best for the players, the great players, should be able to have an alternative rather than feel like they have to go to college in order to play. What's that mean? I think the NBA and colleges got to figure out how to take some money and really make somebody feel like it's really worth it financially and pay them what they're worth in what's called the G League. That would mean if you're a great player, you can make $400, $450 in that 1 year. What's in it for the NBA? They can watch and see what kind of player they have, see if they can draft them, where they want to draft them, and let them mature. What's in it for the colleges is then people would come to college not first thinking of the NBA, but want to be a college player, play for the name on front of the jersey, what we traditionally would do. Our fans get to know those people, right? And it's good for all. And if we get the baseball rule where they can come out of the high school and be a pro, if they go to college, they wait for 3 years. The big thing about this would be is a G League would be a big time moneymaker for the players and get all three entities happy with it. So after a year, somebody in the G League would have a choice to go to the NBA if they wanted them. If they came to college, I would let them have that 1 year where they can come into college and say, hey, I know they were a pro 1 year, but now they're a college student for 3 years. They could stay in the G League if they didn't think they were ready, or they can go to international play. So a little bit complicated, but for me, I think we got to figure out how to beef up an opportunity for these young men who are coming out of high school who are great players, but yet the NBA is not quite ready, and we don't want them to go to college unless they're genuinely interested in getting a degree. That may seem idealistic or whatever, but I really do think that way we make sure that the young people that are coming out of college would really do what their craft is and then become students. So that's, if I were a committee of one, what I'd want to do. Another March Madness thing is actually TV ratings. That first round, big upsets, a 16 beating a 1, great. TVs love that. You get to the Sweet 16, it's not as good because you need to have, according to TV, you need to have the Blue Bloods play. You need Duke to play Kansas. Not that the other teams aren't worth it, but really the national ratings, for example, this weekend, they're down 20% to 15% at the 4 different sites. And that's one of the big reasons. One of the things that my guys, we were together on the committee, we tell everybody else that have been committee members, we're the only group, one of those years, I forget what it was, when we were there, we had all #1 seeds in the Final Four. So that's our bragging rights when our generation was on the committee. Last thing I want to talk to you is springtime at the Utes. We know it's springtime because our baseball team, for example, our softball team are here, and it's going to start snowing. So that really is how we know spring is here for our teams. Tonight, men play St. Mary's with a chance to go to New York, New York, which is what we really want to do. And our women's gymnastics off to the Pac-12 championship to bring another one home. So let's have some fun going forward. Go Utes!